Blue lights smeared across my garage door while some kid in a varsity jacket tried yanking his mom's Lexus off my busted brick mailbox, radiator fluid and teenage panic pooling on my driveway. He pointed straight at me, voice trembling. "My mom says you're paying for this." Like he'd never actually had to deal with a consequence before in his life, just pure entitlement leaking out with the antifreeze. I didn't say a word, just pulled out my phone, hit play on the doorbell camera, and let the crunch of that Lexus hitting stone replay, over and over. His face lost all its color, faster than the coolant running down to the curb. He looked like he wanted the earth to open up and swallow him whole. You ever see a kid realize for the first time that actions actually mean something? My name's Colin Mercer. I'm not a troublemaker, never have been, systems engineer, grill on Sundays, wave at the neighbors, keep to myself so much it seems to freak people out. I live right at the edge of Birch Ridge Meadows, a place where the HOA rules are treated like Holy Writ and the president, Greta Larch, wears pearls to neighborhood meetings and shouts about recycling bins like she's running for governor. Greta is the type who thinks mediation means you listen, she talks, and you agree. And her pride and joy is her son Tyler, a kid who drives like he thinks speed limits are for the weak and walks around with this air like he's got lifetime diplomatic immunity. Now, in Greta's world, the rules are for everyone except her and Tyler. She wields that HOA clipboard like a judge's gavel, ready to rain down doom if you plant the wrong color tulips or leave your trash cans out half a day late. But 3 weeks before the mailbox incident, I started finding tire marks on my lawn, deep gouges, rubber streaks making weird circles, and one morning there's a dent in my steel gate that's exactly the height of a Lexus bumper. And it's not like there's a fleet of pearl-white Lexus ES 350s in Birch Ridge Meadows with plates that say LCH1. Next morning, before I'm even awake enough for coffee, Greta is at my door, clipboard in hand, wearing her brightest, sharpest smile. "Your mailbox violates the guidelines," she says, shoving a violation notice at me, totally ignoring the pile of brick rubble right there. "Replaced to approved specifications within 14 days. HOA not responsible for damages to vehicles or property." I tell her the mailbox has been there 8 years. She herself signed off. When I moved in, she just taps her pen and says, "That was a different board. This board has new standards. Yours is too far from the curb. It's a traffic hazard." I look at the mailbox. Look at the lawn with tire tracks that prove someone drove 15 feet off the road to hit it. Greta spins on her heel, pearls bouncing, doesn't even wait for a response. By that evening, posts start popping up on the HOA forum. Stuff like, "Beware Colin's aggressive mailbox," and "Some neighbors create hazards instead of community," and even a blurry photo of my house, captioned "Property values at risk." And then there's Tyler, swaggering down the street with his buddies, taking photos, laughing loud enough for me to hear. Dude parked his mailbox too close to the curb. Totally his fault. His friends eat it up, of course. Next day, there's a letter in my mailbox on HOA letterhead, Greta's looping signature all over it. $1, $244 emotional distress. Vehicle detailing and loss of use. Plus a threat of a lien if I don't pay. I swear I had to read it 3 times to believe it. That's when it hit me. I'm a systems engineer, right? Redundancy. Backup. Documentation. I've got 3 cameras covering my yard. All on independent power. Cloud uploads every 60 seconds. I go back through the recordings. There it is. Timestamp 11:43 p.m. Tyler backing his mom's car out. FaceTiming. Steering one-handed. The sprinklers pop up. He swerves hard. Then, crunch, straight into my mailbox at 25 miles per hour. You can see bricks flying, bumper dangling, coolant spraying. And the kicker? Tyler posted a selfie at 11:38 p.m., 5 minutes before the crash. Whipping mom's ride, don't care, with emojis and streetlights in the background. I screen captured everything, then made backups of the backups. Paranoid? Maybe, but not stupid. The next morning, Greta files a police report, claims my mailbox swerved into the street, and that I threatened Tyler, which, I mean, come on. A young officer knocks on my door. He's polite, but he looks exhausted already. "Got any evidence?" he asks. I invite him in, show him all 3. Camera angles, Tyler's social media post, the demand letter, and the violation notice. He watches the video 3 times, and tries not to smile, audio and all. You can hear Tyler say, "Bro, watch this." Right before the crash, the officer just shakes his head, tells me not to talk to Greta or Tyler until the investigation wraps. 2 days later, 2 patrol cars park outside Greta's place. I'm not spying, but come on, hard to miss. Greta walks out like she's heading to a gala, dripping in pearls and attitude, spinning her version to the officers about harassment and false claims. The sergeant just holds up Tyler's selfie. "Ma'am, your son was using a mobile device while operating your car. The collision was with private property." Greta tries to pivot back to the HOA rules, her safety blanket, but the sergeant just says, "Brick doesn't lunge, ma'am." Meanwhile, another officer is showing Tyler the video on a tablet. Every time it loops, Tyler looks smaller. They spend half an hour there, talking about false reports, insurance fraud, and, my favorite, obstruction. When they leave, Greta's face is the color of old cottage cheese. Then the citations start. Coming, distracted driving, leaving the scene, failing to exchange info. Tyler learns that being 18 is fun, until it says adult in bold at the top of the paperwork. Greta's lawyer has to explain that HOA rules don't trump state law or Newtonian physics. The insurance adjuster sees the words false claim, watches the footage, and approves everything. Mailbox rebuilt to code. Custom welding on my gate, resodding the lawn, temporary mailbox installation, all covered. Then the real fireworks. An emergency HOA meeting called by 3 board members tired of Greta's act. 14 neighbors sign a petition to remove her. Abuse of authority, harassment, dragging the whole community's name through the mud. The vote. Not even close. Court day is the cherry on top. I wear my best suit, get there early. Tyler looks like he's headed to his own funeral. Greta's in black and pearls, armor on. Tyler pleads no contest. The public defender doesn't even bother arguing. The video says it all. When the prosecutor plays the doorbell footage, people in the gallery gasp. One guy laughs out loud. The judge, old and gray, just sighs and says, "A mailbox is not in." Assailant, Miss Larch. He spells it out. Tyler's at fault. Greta's actions wasted resources. The HOA doesn't get to play law above the law. Tyler gets his license suspended, 12 weeks of early morning driver's ed, and 200 hours repainting every street line and curb number in Birch Ridge Meadows. Under the eye of Dale, the city's surliest public works guy. Greta gets $4,000 in fines, $800 court costs, and has to post a public apology on the HOA website for 6 months, admitting her son was at fault and my mailbox didn't leap into traffic. And when the judge tells Greta, "We are done here," that gavel cracks through the courtroom, echoing around the whole neighborhood. Greta Larch, HOA president, neighborhood enforcer, mother of the year, finally ran out of power, and for the first time, people around here looked at each other like maybe, just maybe, the rules apply to everyone. But you tell me, was that justice, or just a lucky day for the little guy? Drop your thoughts in the comments, because in Birch Ridge Meadows, the story never really ends. You ever tangled with an HOA, or stood up to the neighborhood bully? Share your war stories, and let's see whose mailbox still stands by morning.